Terrell here, and I'm back with another review for Spy Family. Today, I'm going to be doing episodes 2 through 4 because I was not about to go back and do one episode at a time just because I had missed like those previous weeks. So I'm going to go in and break down or talk about those episodes, and say, guys, let me know what you think about in the comments. So episode 2, which was Secure a Wife. This was the episode in which we see that now that Loid has secured his child, through the adoption agency, finding a wife is not going to be so easy. Of course, he goes through, all the normal means of, trying to find it. But of course, he needs to look organic and doesn't want to, any record or trace that, that he got his wife through, any third party means or anything like that. And here we come across the character of Yor, who, like everybody else in this family, has a hidden side to her. This time, she just happens to be an assassin. So Yor happens to be an assassin, and she's going on, missions for whatever organization that she works for to take whoever out. But in the same time, her normal life, she wants to be married. She wants to be in a relationship. She wants to be married. And the way she works, the co-workers are teasing her for not having a man. Back in this this time period where that was a thing. They tease her for not having not having somebody, and she just happens to come across Loid in this tailor shop that she that she's in, or works in or whatever, because she's trying to get her dress repaired. And we see that, of course, it's just, I'm not gonna say love at first sight, but like pretty easy for them to come across each other, for whatever the means are. And kind of just starts off as like, hey, do you want to go out? I need you to pretend, he needs her to pretend to be his wife for this particular situation, so they can get through the process. So of course he can complete his mission. But I just thought it was interesting because, like I said, you get a lot of her background, and like you see her making a hit, and she is like scary proficient at her job. Like like she is known as the thorn or the rose, something like that. And we, like I said, we see her just take them out. But she also has a really, really sweet side to her too, which I think is really funny to this character, because as deadly as she is, she still wants to be loved at the end of the day. She still wants to be in a relationship. She still has like this love for family. She wants that life for herself, even though she is a killer. So pretty much like we get a lot of that in this episode, and they wind up going on a date, and Loid's supposed to meet up for a party, because initially the deal was for her to have him pretend to be a boyfriend, so that she didn't show up at this thing with nobody. And then they wind up getting into some hijinks, and Loid asked her to marry him and move in, and so they can do the mission. And of course she says yes, because it's an easy deal. Why wouldn't you, right? And that was pretty much just episode 2. Like I said, I was never this era of anime now. Like I said, we never solidly animated episode, and I really love the opening and closing songs to this as well. I've definitely gone back and replayed them a few times for the show. I'm really digging it. Like I said, that was securing a wife for Yor. Like I said, we find out she's an assassin, and they wind up getting quickly married, and it's backdated. And then we get into preparing for the interview. This was episode 3. This pretty much like just details them showing them trying to figure out how to interact as a family, how to look, how they kind of want to, so they can get through this interview process. And Loid just knows, like, trying to, working by himself is a lot easier than trying to work with people that, these unknown factors that he can't control. It's a lot harder to deal with than doing everything he was doing by himself as a spy. So I just thought it was interesting. Like I said, it was a pretty good episode. We see Anya, have to read the minds of the other kids so she could take this test, which I thought was ridiculously interesting. And we see Loid losing, stressed out because he, like I said, he can't give Anya the answers. He can't do, there's nothing he can do to really show his hand as a spy and really force his way into the situation. So it's all kind of reliant on and it's reliant on Anya to really do their part to get them into to the academy or past the testing for the get to the academy. And of course, we get a lot of heartfelt moments in episode 3 too, with them and just Anya just falling asleep and them just spending, like I said, spending time as a family, hanging out at the park, seeing Loid and seeing Loid tackle, a robber, seeing Yor jump instantly after that. Like they can't break those sides of them, which is hilarious. Like they try to put on this mask, but they still can't break their spy and killer instincts. Like, you know what I mean? To kind of, do that. And nobody seems to notice, which is weird to me. Nobody's noticing, like, okay, this guy just jumped off a bridge and tackled this guy. Oh, he's a psychiatrist. So I just thought that was interesting. And then, like I said, that was majority of the episode. Like we see that, like I said, really, really heartfelt moments there. See them interact as a family. And then, like I said, we see Anya do her thing to pass the test, which apparently she did. And then we get into the episode, which was the one that just aired, episode 4, the prestigious school interview. And this episode's hilarious. This is also hilarious to read in the manga too, where we see them, walking into the academy, and they're being tested by, they have like the teachers and everything, like pretty much watching them as they come in. They're being tested as they walk in, how they handle themselves. And there's a lot of hilarious moments of them just being elegant, which I just think is freaking hilarious. And the headmasters of the academy are, these random tests. One was the kid just being stuck in the sewer and them having to pull the kid out. And of course, by pulling him out of the sewer, they were gonna mess their clothes up. Lo and behold, they bring a change of clothes to the interview. At least 4 or 5 different changes of clothes, just in case anything was to happen. And the headmaster's just losing his shit because everything is just so elegant. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way they handle themselves. It's hilarious. But like I said, so they wind up getting through the test. And then they have another test where, like, there's like a stampede of animals that come in. And apparently that was a complete accident. Like, they had no clue this was actually going to happen. But of course, Loid is prepared for anything. And Yor comes in and hits the pressure points of a cow and puts it down. And everybody, including the animals, is scared of her. They don't know what she's going to do at this point, right? So again, one of those moments where, like, she does things like this and, like, nobody really notices. It's like, okay, this is just something she can do or what? And then of course, like, we get into the interview process here with the family. And one of the interviewers was like digging deep into Anya and her past and really asking some uncomfortable questions, about, because the story is that, Anya's mama before her had died, and she's apparently, living these real memories of, like, obviously the mom she actually did have, because we haven't gotten to that story yet, but, like, the mom she did have, what happened to her. And, instead of, like, knocking this guy out, he winds up cracking the table and they wind up leaving the room. And like, the headmaster pretty much just addressed him for, how unprofessional that was. And he winds up hitting them, which was hilarious. But, end of the day, like, they wind up still, well, they don't tell you here in the manga, but, like, in the show, in the manga, you find out, of course, that she does get into the academy because of the actions that were displayed. But this ends on the fact that, hey, they think they messed up, but at the end of the day, they realize, Anya realizes and Yor realizes, like, if this doesn't work, then their whole charade ends. It has to end. And on one end, for both of them, they both want this to continue. Whereas though Loid definitely this is just a mission. He's ready to move on to this next thing. He doesn't have the attachment yet that they kind of do to this, that they, to keep this going. So definitely, like I said, this is pretty good episode 4. Like I said, a lot of freaking hilarious, funny moments in the entire episode. And like I said, I definitely gonna keep up every week and try to keep up this side. Like I said, I just missed a few there, had some stuff. But we're gonna keep up. Like I said, get back to the other animes that we have on our list too. Like I said, I highly recommend Spy Family. Like I said, if you have the Shonen Jump app, I highly recommend picking that up to read. That's definitely worth the $2 a month. And in my opinion, like I said, $2 a month, you have access to all these different mangas. If you've been wanting to read One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, anything like that, all of it is there, including Spy Family. Demon Slayer, stuff like that. $2 a month, or you get a free chapter every month. So, like I said, you could be watching Spy Family on Hulu, Crunchyroll right now. Definitely a really good show. One of those shows I was definitely looking forward to that has not disappointed yet. So keep this on your schedule. Airs on Saturdays, and look out for my next recap of the recap review. Like I said, recap review, and look out for that next week. So on that note, I will see you guys later. Let me know what you think about the episodes in your comments. Thank you.